Hello, good afternoon everybody. I'm here in nature again, always my place to think about things, and I have been inspired to make this video today about teachers and teaching. So I had in my head about the saying about when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And it's very poignant to me because I come from a whole family of teachers. My mum is a retired teacher, my dad used to be a teacher, my little brother's a teacher, my middle brother is getting himself through university to become a teacher, his girlfriend's a teacher. When I was at school and I was always going to the career sessions, and they would always say, oh, everything comes back as you're going to be a teacher. And one of the things I used to think was, if there's any job I'm not going to do, it's going to be a teacher, because my whole life I've been surrounded by them. And I didn't really want to teach children. But interestingly, I am a teacher, not a school teacher. I wouldn't want to be a school teacher. I teach exercise and I teach special populations. So I teach people that have conditions, that have difficult health conditions that they're dealing with. So in my own way, I am a teacher. I'm just not the bog standard type of teacher. And I actually love teaching. And people tell me I'm quite good at it. My classes are successful, so I can't be doing too badly. But yes, the reason I was thinking about teaching today was because I was thinking back to my childhood. I was talking to a lovely, lovely lady who's a kindred spirit of mine, the lovely Rachel. And we were discussing about childhood and about hobbies that we had as children, and I did lots of things as a child, heaps of things, and one of the things that I particularly love doing now is playing the piano. And as a child I was taught the piano, and I didn't really enjoy it at the time. It was a bit of a task, a bit of a chore, to be honest. I didn't appreciate it. And I was trying to work out why I didn't, because I really love playing the piano now. I couldn't understand why I didn't like it. But I think it was my teacher. I didn't like the teacher. And when I think back over my childhood and over my education, there were very few teachers that I actually felt inspired by. Very few. I can probably name 3 of my teachers. One of them was called Miss Cool, and the only reason I remember her was she was Miss Cool, and then she got married while she was my teacher and she became Miss Cross, which I thought was quite funny, so I remember her. I remember a primary school teacher called Mr. Segety, and Mr. Segety I remember specifically because he had an affair with my mother, so that's not the best reason to remember him. And I do remember my absolute favourite teacher of all time, and she was the most wonderful English teacher, and she taught me about English literature, and she was absolutely wonderful, beautiful lady, and she inspired me so much. She brought Macbeth alive to me, really, and that's why I really appreciated her. She was a wonderful lady, really wonderful. So I was just thinking about the power of a good teacher, really. You know, how important it is to have a good teacher in life. And I think our education system doesn't really set us up right for learning. In tribal cultures, people learn a skill, and they learn it probably because they are with somebody that inspires them. My dogs are chasing a rabbit. Run, rabbit, run. And so that might inspire them to do a particular skill, and that teacher will be there ready to teach them. Our modern education system is just not like that, though, is it? We're putting children in a classroom and we're forcing them to do subjects that they might not necessarily even want to do, and they might not even have anything in common with the actual teacher that's teaching it. I mean, it's quite an interesting subject to talk about today because a lot of our teachers are on strike. My son is at home today from school. I'd love to homeschool him, but he absolutely point blank refuses to be homeschooled and loves his school. But his teachers are on strike today, so he's at home learning with some teachers that are in and some that aren't. So yeah, it's quite an interesting day to be talking about this subject. But yeah, I just feel that we need the right teachers. We need to be inspired by people, and they don't necessarily have to be someone with a qualification in teaching. They need to be somebody who has passion, somebody who loves what they do and who can impart that passion onto their pupils, onto their students, somebody who can inspire them and really give them that hunger to learn more, to want to know about those skills. And it's so important, isn't it? We all remember our good teachers. We remember our bad teachers sometimes as well, but the good teachers are the ones that motivate us, aren't they? And they're probably not necessarily the most traditional of teachers. They're probably not the bog standard, teachers that our education system would want us to be learning from. But yeah, it just struck me that, our whole lives can be shaped by the people that are in them. They can be shaped by those that inspire us. And I really do believe that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Recently, my very special teacher that I'm really enjoying working with is teaching me hypnosis. And I'm very privileged to have found him because he is a shining light in the world of hypnosis. So yeah, I'm loving learning from him because he's a good soul and he's bringing lots of light and love into the world. So that's an inspiration to me. So yeah, thank you, Gordon, for doing a good job and for inspiring so many of us as part of your healing army to go out into the world. So yeah, I hope to inspire more people myself as a teacher, and I look forward to finding more teachers in my life who will turn up at the right moment for me as well. So yeah, that's what I had to say on that subject. Okay, have a lovely day. Take care. Bye.